Enough! Enough is enough! Enough!
Oh, it's time to get it off your chest. I feel like people should be ready to rock, right? Ready to rock with what they have had enough of. I want to hear about it at 651-461-9226. Something on your mind that you have had enough of, because keeping it bottled up, it doesn't do anybody any good, does it? I don't think so. So let's hear it. 651-461-9226. Dan, can I start?
I hope you would.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm going to start with bag fees at the airport. There was a time where they just paid us, or they just charged us. It was a better time when they paid us to fly. There was a time when you just look at the price of an airline ticket and you buy it, and you got to bring a bag and you check one and carry one on. It was a more innocent time for some of the kids out there listening. You used to be able to just show up at the airport too and roll right up to the gate. Good times. Someone would ask you to pick them up at the airport, and they meant like you'd park the car and wait for them at the gate. You could just walk right in. It was amazing. I'm not proposing that we go back to that. I am a fan of security. But Delta has hiked the checked baggage fee to $45. And I have had enough of us being charged to check a bag. Who is screwing up the loading and the disembarking of the airport, of the airline? It's every ding-dong and their ginormous luggage that they bought some influencer online or whatever, and they're jamming it in to this 40-year-old plane's overhead compartment. And now you got, grandma trying to reach, and you're like, let me help you get this. And now the whole thing's all backed up. And none of this would be a problem if the airlines would just stop charging for check bags. It should be free to check a bag, and you could charge $50 for someone to carry it. You could charge $100 for all I care. Enough with charging for checked bags. I think it is idiotic. It drives me nuts. It incentivizes people to walk around the airport with their big dumb bag, and then their backpack, and then their neck pillow, and their charging station. Get out of my way and get rid of this. Got me more mad than I thought I was going to.
You're pretty fired up. I like it.
Enough. 651-461-9226. That is my enough. Dan Cook.
I've had enough of timid drivers. Now, again, all road construction comes down to how does this affect me?
Sure.
So 394 West being shut down from downtown Minneapolis out to Highway 100 directly affects me.
Okay.
What affects me even more is that the way you got to get out of downtown to get onto West 394 now is they divert you into the sane lanes, into the Min Pass lanes.
Right.
Requires you're sort of working around. You go down Hennepin, you go by the Basilica, you go by Dunwoody, and then you're hooking on to the sane lanes kind of from underneath.
It's a journey.
It's a journey to get there. But then the on-ramp is not, there's not a whole lot of lane beyond the on-ramp. Like when you get to the end of the on-ramp, you are on 394 at this point. And everybody that's coming from like the 3rd Street exit or whatever it is in downtown Minneapolis, they're already up to speed. So you got to be going when you get to the top of that ramp. And the number of people that are trying to do 35, 40 miles an hour when they get to the top of that ramp with 60-mile-an-hour cars coming from behind them drives me insane. You're getting on the freeway. Put the foot down. Let's go.
It's because scary, though. It's scary.
And don't drive on the freeway. If you're afraid to do the speed limit on the freeway, don't drive on the freeway. But get out of the way. Let me accelerate to a point where I'm not going to have somebody climbing and trying to sit in my back seat from another vehicle. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Stop being so timid. Get on the freeway and go. I've had enough.
Driving behavior is a frequent topic of the enough
Yes.
segment.
It's very frustrating.
I get it. Timid is a Minnesota nice term. I think that's true. Were you trying to clean up your language for our program?
No. Timid was how I would describe it.
No.
And I think you hit on the thing that people, see cars going that much faster and they just sort of tense up for whatever reason because they're fearful of it. And
it's scary. It's a little scary. I know people who are scared to drive on the highway.
Then get out of Minneapolis and go, 55 out someplace or whatever it is where it's a little bit, it's a little bit slower. If you're going to get on the freeway, go.
Yeah.
Because your fear is causing more of a problem than the actual speed would.
Where are you on construction? Have you had enough of construction?
It really hasn't, this is kind of an annoyance, but only a minor one, really. The 394 bit. The getting on to 394 is a major annoyance. I've had enough of that. But 394 being under construction itself really hasn't impacted. And there really isn't any other construction that's impacting me directly. So I say, have at it.
What annoys me about the 394 setup is that every construction project leaves the main problem still unresolved, which is that one lane getting from 394 onto 94.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare.
It is. I think
even
that's
out of traffic, like it's backed up to Penn.
I did this as a topic one time when you were gone. I still claim that interchange between 394 eastbound to 94 eastbound is the worst interchange in the entire metropolitan area. It's the worst. It's terrible. People try to zipper merge, even though it's not really set up for a zipper merge, but you sort of can zipper merge, but not really. And then it's
what you have to do is the only correct way to deal with that is by being a jackass.
Yeah.
You have to pull to the front and sneak in.
You know what you need to not be? Don't be timid.
Don't be timid.
Just get up there and get in.
This is motivational advice.
This is what I'm saying.
A texter says enough of the 394 Dunwoody exchange.
Yeah.
Period.
No, I mean it's not a great fix, but it's what you got to do while you're doing this construction. Now, I get that, but then people got to go.
Yeah. Now another texter, and you're welcome to join us at 651-461-9226. What have you had enough of? Texter says, enough of young kids on e-bikes going too fast. Oh, e-bikes are interesting because I like the accessibility of it. The fact that as you age or as you maybe are afraid of like going up a hill or something, that you can do it. And I think that's good. But most of the behavior I see on e-bikes is super obnoxious. Now, I am worried about, like, we had that big story this week about, like, all the doctors are worried about the e-bikers and the scooters.
Yeah.
Don't take away my scooter. I love the scooters. I want a scooter. I would love to scoot.
You like to scoot.
Can I scoot from downtown St. Paul to here? Probably not.
Probably not.
Pro scoot.
Is it the classic e-bike that's the problem, or is it these,
like sort of motorcycles,
almost motorcycle-ish style thing? That's what I think is causing most.
It's a little more.
Those have no business being on the bike lanes.
Let's go to Alan in Minneapolis. Alan, what have you had enough of?
Yeah, hey, thanks for having me on. Regarding the baggage fees, I think it's a good thing. I don't want to pay for everyone else's inability to pack and bring in their pillows and all their extra stuff when they should probably leave most of it home.
Interesting. Do you think that people are packing less because of the carry-on for free?
Yeah, maybe a little bit, but they're still packing too much.
Yeah.
I mean, some of those people are trying to shove everything into carry-on and get by and carry it on to avoid baggage fees. But, it takes jet fuel. That's expensive for the airfare. If I got my 15-pound bag versus someone else's 40-pound bag.
I mean, who's carrying on a 15-pound bag, though? Come on now. This is now I shouldn't be judging. Well, Alan's judging my enough, so I'm judging you back, Alan. Come on now. People are packing like 35 pounds in a carry-on. You could just check that same bag and call it a day. It'd be much easier.
Oh, I totally agree. I totally agree with you. And, it takes gas to haul that luggage. Takes jet fuel.
Well, should they charge us by how much we weigh then? Like, I mean, let us take a bag. We're going somewhere. We need a bag.
Yeah, no, the whole person weight thing is a whole different completely thing. But there's a lot of us there's a lot of us who are just packing 15, 20 pounds on a carry-on for a 4 or 5 day trip. I mean, I survived in South America for 2 weeks on a 25-pound bag carry-on. So
that's pretty good. Thanks, Alan. Lane is in Sartell. Lane, what have you had enough of?
Yes, I have had enough of folks that order delivery services from the apps, whether it be Instacart, Domino's Pizza, whatever. You're waiting on a delivery. It's nighttime. You don't turn on the porch light for the delivery driver.
That's a great one.
Outrageous.
That is great.
People do not turn on the light?
They don't. For many years, I delivered for Domino's, and it was always just stumbling through the front yard trying to find the door and the doorbell, and just
or even to see the address, right?
People.
That's so
right.
If that porch light isn't on, it's hard to see the address.
That's crazy.
I tell you.
Lane, since you've called in, I've always wanted to ask a pizza delivery driver if you've ever had one of those scenarios that plays out in the movies.
Lane, I'm so sorry.
Like you open the door and there's somebody.
Would you stop? What is the matter with you?
I don't know. Have you ever encountered maybe a little more than you planned on encountering? Like you open the door and the pepperoni was already on the other side of the door, that sort of thing.
Well, no, but I do have a fun fact and a somewhat celebrity sighting. I delivered pizza to none other than smoking hot weatherman Ken Barlow.
Hey, how about Ken Barlow's a good. Now, don't ruin Ken Barlow for me. He tipped all right.
Oh, no, he's wonderful.
He's
wonderful. He gave me a huge tip.
I love that. Lane, thank you. Very good. Call anytime. There goes Lane. That's a great enough. Keep them coming. Lots of texts coming in at 651-461-9226. Boy, that Ken Barlow story could have gone in a different direction, though, couldn't it? You just talk about a warm front coming through. Drive time back in a minute.
This is Drive Time with DeRusha on News Talk 830 WCCO.
All right, dinner time is almost here. I'm going out to dinner tonight. One of the things I've noticed at local restaurants is more and more restaurants are putting Minnesota pork on their menus, and they're calling it out by name, and I love it. It's Jason here for the Minnesota Pork Board. I always give an oh yeah when I see a nice juicy pork chop on the menu, or beautiful sausage, some great bacon, lean, high protein, delicious. Minnesota pork is a part of the DeRusha family diet multiple times a week, even though sometimes you feel like, all right, Jason, you got another pork tenderloin, pre-seasoned, pre-marinated. It's so quick and easy. You throw that in the oven, 20 minutes later, you slice it up. You've got dinner for the whole family. Make a salad, make a veg, boom, you're good to go. You're loaded with protein. You're back at it. If your kids are active in sports, put flavor on the table. TasteWhatPorkCanDo.com. That's the website. 3,000 family farmers. Give them your love. Give them your support. Go to that grocery store and butcher shop and give them an oh, yeah.
There are some things you just shouldn't do on the go, like haircuts.
Don't move. Seriously, stay still. Oh, no.
Surgery.
Let's hurry this up, people. Got another transplant patient waiting at the counter.
Furniture assembly.
Finished.
But staying informed? Well, that's exactly what you should be doing on the go. Some things don't travel. Information does. Stay on the go and in the know with News Talk 830 WCCO.
The one real estate agent that really gets results, John Schuster of the John Schuster Group, Coldwell Banker Realty. Paul joins us now. What was your experience like working with the Schuster Group?
We had heard a number of their radio spots on WCCO, and we also attended John and Paul Douglas's home selling seminar. Tim and Abby Lehman came out and met with us.
How were they?
I have one word, and that's exceptional. They went above and beyond our expectations. We put our house on the market on a Thursday morning, and within 48 hours, we had 7 offers. We were able to fortunately sell our house for over $50,000 over ask. John and his team deliver exactly what they say they're going to deliver. You know, I truly think these are people that have your best interest in mind. If we had to do this all over again, there's only one phone call I would make, and that'd be the John Schuster Group.
952-222-9000 online, johnschustergroup.com.
It's tax time, y'all. If you want to file free, this next one's for you.
Now taxes is so free. Tax free edition only. Roughly 37% of filers qualify. Simple form 1040 returns only. Now this is tax.
Love that jam. Up next, commercial.
Intuit TurboTax Free Edition. See if you qualify at turbotax.com/free. Don't miss the deadline. File by 4/15. No schedules except for earned income tax credit, child tax credit, student loan interest, and Schedule 1.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She could get a deal, but telehealth if she feels.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What's up? It's Draymond Green. I'm back for my 14th NBA season, and my podcast, The Draymond Green Show, is back too. This season, I'm breaking down games, reacting to the biggest NBA stories, and sitting down with teammates, rivals, and culture shapers. And trust me, I'm not holding back, on the court or on the mic. 2 new episodes every week. New segments, big conversations, real basketball talk for the real hoop heads. Listen to and follow The Draymond Green Show wherever you get your podcasts. We're back. We're better. Let's get it.
Time to find out how it's moving on the roads and what's moving in via the skies. This is traffic and weather together on CCO, starting with a check of the commute.
And brought to you by Whole Foods Market, North 169, slowing between the Crosstown and Minnetonka Boulevard. You can find things slow yet as you travel South 35W, 98th Street to Highway 13. 35E northbound, free and clear of any problems there, 94 to 694. Shop seafood savings at Whole Foods Market. Get an 8 to 12 count of responsibly farmed colossal ease appeal white shrimp with prime through April 21st. Prep this versatile prime protein with tacos or pasta while supplies last. Shop in store online, terms apply. Jerry Peterson, News Talk 830 WCCO.
One day only, April 18th. Don't miss the tent sale in Jordan at By the Yard. Save 20 to 50% off display sale items ready to take home today. But you better hurry. When it's gone, it's gone. By the Yard. Life is better outdoors.
Now, the latest conditions and the outlook for the next few days with your CCO forecast.
Forecast brought to you by the Yard. The rain mostly out of the metro. Tonight's low is 34. Tomorrow, high of 50. Scattered showers by evening. It's 52 on CCO.
You're listening to Drive Time with DeRusha.
I got to sit through this schlock. And if I were a nice guy, I would say that it's dull and uninspired.
On News Talk 830 WCCO.
Enough!
Emily on YouTube says, I've had enough of people leaving a huge gap between their car and the one in front of them, like an entire car's length. What gives? People are trying to get through intersections or into turn lanes. I think Emily's talking about like when they're stopped.
Right.
And I get it. Sometimes it's 3+ cars, she said.
It's insane.
Now, I get like you're afraid you're going to get like someone's going to rear end you and whatever, but ugh.
No, this is about, and I've railed about this how many times, the lack of spatial awareness that we have in our culture. Nobody's paying attention to what's going on around them or what their actions, how they affect anybody else. And this is a perfect example of it. That was excellent by Emily.
Let me rapid fire here. Enough of people who stick their hand in the elevator door just in time to make it open again, only to get off on the next floor. There ought to be a trap door for them. Yes, take the stairs. Enough with poor tipping on shipped orders. I'm not shopping your $250 Target order to make $10 with only a $2 tip. Enough of spam callers where you answer, there's silence, and someone starts talking. Loud call center in the background. Like, I don't know, that's a spam caller. Jack from St. Cloud, enough with people who put a house number on their house that has black numbers with a black background. Enough of people letting their kids run wild at breweries. Oh, kudos to Maddie now.